Hey y'all, welcome to Play or Pass. Gang's all here, it looks like, except for Mr. Beach. He is on vacation, so he will not be joining us today. If you're not watched the show before, but we'll review one movie that was voted. Well, I don't even say voted for. It was a wheel, so can't really blame this on anybody. The wheel was spun, and it was a random choice of a new release, and so we get to review Appleton Ladies Potato Race, which I'm sure all of you guys were aching and just chomping at the bit to watch. So we're gonna go through. We're gonna go through and review this. Give your opinions. Post them over the side view. We will let you chime in, and we'll just throw this out here. So I'm gonna be for whoever wants to be first. Ladies first. Whoever wants to jump up first to get up in here. Yeah. Andrew.
I'll go first.
Okay.
Well, I've had, and this is separate to the movie, but I've had a long, busy week, so I didn't start watching the movie until Thursday night when I got back from work. And then I finished watching the rest of it this morning while I was helping the missus do some housework. And I was sitting watching it, right? And she came in the room and she went, "What are you watching?" And I says, "Oh, I'm watching that movie that I've got to review." And she said, it sounds like one of those Hallmark movies."
Exactly.
And I said that's basically what it is. I said it feels like one long continuous episode of Neighbours. Or it was just, I didn't like. I don't like. I was thinking to myself, why has this movie is? Why is it being made? Like, what was the like? Obviously, I know the message, but the message is like, it's like women's rights and stuff, but it's like outdated. Like the topic is so outdated. It's just ridiculous. I just don't get, like, did this come out this year?
Yeah.
I don't get where the space is for this kind of movie, and to put it in, and to put this whole topic in the middle of a freaking race where you carry a bag of potatoes on your shoulders and run. It just, like, I just didn't get it. And when Michelle said it was, it looks and sounds like one of those Hallmark movies, I was like, yeah, that's it. That's what it is. It just, like, it just felt like it was made for the sake of, like, giving these people actors jobs to I don't know. I just didn't get it.
Andrew, you said that it felt like a Hallmark movie. That was the exact words when Blue and I sat there. I said, "This feels like a Hallmark movie." She goes, "Without the romance," because that was the only thing it was missing. Hallmark always has a romance. It was a Hallmark movie without some romance, and I'm like, "You're right. It exactly is." So, yeah,
it was like, it was the women are fighting against this prejudice, and the men are dicks. The men are all sexist pigs. That's pretty much what it was.
Most of them.
Well,
except for her dad. Everyone else, all the other male characters were pretty bad in this movie.
They were all.
Can I point one thing out as well that I found really, like, and one thing that I found ridiculously stupid in this whole thing was right at the end, and I'm sorry if I'm going to spoil it for anybody, but at the end, during the potato race, you know how obviously he cut the bag, so the potatoes come out of the bag.
Right.
The chick who was carrying the bag where the potatoes were all falling out.
Yeah.
At the end of the race, she's still running over the line with the empty bag over her shoulder, and she didn't win. She wasn't carrying anything. She was carrying an empty bag, and she still didn't win.
Yeah, the woman that just had a baby.
No.
Yeah.
No, it was a little girl.
It was the other.
Oh yeah, it was the young girl.
Yeah, but still, this woman didn't have it, she wasn't carrying anything. So how did she not win?
I know
she was young.
Too. I call bullshit on that one too,
long-legged girl.
Do you know what? This is my counting of the bullets moment. Like, he didn't have any potatoes.
Counting the bullets.
There's literally, like, halfway through the race, there was literally no potatoes left in our sack, and she just still didn't win. I think that's probably one of the most annoying things about this movie. But yeah, I just didn't get it.
I guess I'll go next because I'm the person that actually liked the movie. Maybe it's because I watched it twice because I had to watch it again yesterday in big screen where no one else showed up except Willa, and we were the only ones who were in there. And it's like when we watch a movie a second time in there, you really get to like it. I liked the movie. I felt that the cinematography was great. I felt that it's good to be able to watch a real movie, not something with a bunch of blue screen stuff or green screen. It was people acting. This is what we're supposed to be watching.
Kinda acting, Arvin.
Yeah, well, kinda acting. Okay, just I really liked it. I wish that I would lived in a small town that would have a potato race or something where people get together. Not what I live in here in New York, where everyone is screaming at each other and ready to shoot and stab each other. I would love that. I really would. I'm jealous of that. To be able to, I know people who live that type of rural life are like, well, everybody's in your business.
Yep.
But I'd rather have someone in my business than have 8,000 people on top of me.
Yeah.
How I feel. Sure, there were things that. Oh, go ahead, Raj. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say, when I was growing up, I wished I lived in New York City. When you were growing up, you wish you lived in the sticks in Iowa.
Yeah.
So you always want the difference.
What you don't have. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. The whole, I like the whole premise of the race. I thought that, how am I supposed to put it? The whole women's power thing and all that. If they really wanted to, they could have just said, okay, you want to be equal, here, carry the sack. You know what I mean? They gave them a smaller sack to run with, But what would have happened if they would have given them a heavy sack and someone can beat them? Then what? You're gonna just say it's only for men?
Well, no, the sack isn't the issue. The sack was not the issue. The sack is the money, the 10 times value versus
right.
Why didn't they just have like a mixed race? Why did they have to have two separate races? Just have a mixed race.
Right.
But then no women are going to win it.
Well, you don't know that.
You're wrong there. Listen, if we would have taken that broad that was in what was that movie that we trashed? The big girl, the Beach's girlfriend there.
I don't really know what you're talking about.
The movie with the big
Jerry curls.
Yeah, Jerry curl.
Okay.
The big girl in there.
Yeah.
Now imagine her running, knocking guys over.
Okay.
To win the race.
Those women are in Australia. Those kind of women are not in Australia. They don't have.
They have some tough women in Australia. I hate to tell you.
Yeah, but. All right. Well, I'll jump in just for since.
Okay.
So I watched it with Blue, and so we watched it. It felt over the top on trying to push the agenda about women inequality. Not to say that women inequality doesn't happen, because Blue will be the first. She is a proponent of, and she'll call that out in a minute. And we did discuss that there is a pay discrepancy between the two, and we're talking back and forth on that. And that is a valid point. That is, if we look at any sport where there's a women's league, NBA, or the soccer or whatever. So there is
except for beach volleyball.
Okay, so other than that one, so there is a discrepancy, but this movie just lacked really good. There was a few lines. I liked the ex-doctor. I thought he was kind of funny. Blue also said one of the things, she goes, not every single woman in the town would have hated her, because she says, yes, some women would have been, kind of on that side. She says, but I think that was unrealistic that every woman snubbed her in town, the doctor, because she was trying to fight for equal pay. And again, Blue is 100% for, that kind of idea. But this whole movie felt it just felt like, what? And it felt like almost a little like Jerry Curl's. Like, I actually went through and scanned were the actors family members of the director and producer, because remember, we watched some movies and it's like, oh, those are their family members, and that's why they got them to be in this. The part when the old woman that had been the original woman that had been in the race,
right,
and she has pictures of her when she had first won the race 50 years ago, or whenever it was. It didn't even it looked like it was a picture that they had taken out back the day before. They stuck a little black mustache on her, and she still has wrinkles. And I'm thinking, is this a joke? I mean, is this supposed to be funny? But no, they were like, no, this was pictures from her. She was racing back in the original women's race. But it just,
when it was so dangerous, women had to wear a disguise to compete.
Yeah, I mean, it just.
But is it classed as a comedy? It seemed to come across. It seemed to come across like it was trying to be a comedy. So was it classed as a comedy?
I don't think so. I
it was a
think
drama.
It was.
Now, question for you. So
comedy drama. Yes, there's some comedy. Comedy.
What happens now?
I didn't laugh
after the fact of the potato race. Do you think that she was the doctor is gonna sit there and drop her rate? No, she's gonna charge everyone.
What the rate? What do you think? She was trying to injure people to give her some more business?
No. I'm talking about, since she's going to be the only female. Because remember, the other brother, the brother of the brother-in-law, ran out of the waiting room because he wasn't going to sit there and wait for a woman.
Well,
once he found out.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it wasn't a thing of the money for her. It was a thing of, this is what it's like in the real world.
No. What do you mean? It was about that. Why is a man being paid $2,000 and a woman's being paid $200? That is not even equal, or even
they're not seeing that. You understand? The rest of the town isn't seeing that things are changing.
Well, okay, yes. The small town. Yes, the small town did not see the view that women are equal. The rest of the world, they did. The small town said women. They consider women not equal.
Not equal at all in anything.
And I'm with Blue. I find it hard to believe, even in the rural outback of Australia, one chick would be on her side in that.
Yeah, and other than
they didn't know. Yeah. That's the way it always is.
I guess
when you got something inbred in your head for so long.
Yeah, I tell you.
Yeah, but they're not cut off from the rest of the world.
No, you know what it's like? It's like driving into Utah. Okay.
Yeah, but there's still a certain percentage of those chicks that aren't Mormons and want to have abortions.
Right.
Even in Utah.
Right. Okay. Okay.
It's
but just, I know if I drove into Utah or something on my motorcycle wearing the shirts that I have,
you'll have problems.
I'll have a problem. Yeah.
but not everybody. But again, not everybody would have. Not everybody would have ostracized you.
No,
you still would have had a small. She had like nobody but that one girl, that one woman in the little pastry bar or whatever it was.
Right, but what about the other old lady that gave her the $20?
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? There were people that
she had to convince that woman, though. She had to kind of like,
to convince her that, you know what, you're not different than you are a feminist. She basically had to show her.
Yeah. It just felt. I mean, if you got to try that hard to try to prove your point, didn't you kind of fail as a movie?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think so, because it made me look at things that I could say to a woman that other people wouldn't be able to.
Oh, carry my sack?
Careful with my sack.
Okay, you want what? Okay, my version maybe is completely different from you guys, but what really turned me off was the announcement when the movie started, saying that it was filmed on Aboriginal land.
First Nation, yeah. I noticed that.
Most of Australia is Aboriginal First Nation land.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, okay, the movies are talking about equality. Okay, they're saying, okay, well, we filmed this movie on Aboriginal lands, and the movie starts off. But what we're talking about equality. Okay, it's equality of pay between, let's say, $2,000 for men and $200 for women. Okay, but where's the equality where the Aboriginals are? There wasn't even one in the movie.
No, there wasn't.
That is a true point.
I'm saying if let's say the Aboriginals had a chance to do the same contest in the men's group and in the women's group, maybe the whole story would be different. I'm assuming that maybe the Aboriginals will be winning all the games. I don't know.
Don't say that it's genetic.
The movie itself.
Be careful. Jimmy the Greek got caught on that.
Yeah. But the movie itself, I like the cinematography was great.
Yes,
100%. The movie script was, let's say, in and out. There's only really two things that I personally liked about the movie. Was the red car the doctor was driving. If anybody noticed it, it was an MG.
I couldn't figure out what I kept trying to figure out what that emblem was. I tried to figure it out, but I didn't see it.
It's an MG. It's an MG SUV. Okay. The only other thing that I really liked is when all the guys were watching the movie and they were having supper in the living room, and the lady threw all the mats out, so everybody was having. I was having tea in front of the telly. That reminds me of, the UK. Everybody watches TV with the food on the lap.
Yeah, Angie says, I got it.
I had to. I voted. I voted on it, but the fact, because there was no Aboriginals in there, it kept me thinking for a while, and I went back and I changed my vote. So I didn't like the movie. Excuse me.
I'll put one thing. I'll let Roger can talk on this, or talk about his thoughts. All right. So even here, before any assembly or any kind of thing that goes on, they give reverence or give acknowledgement of First Nations people, that the land that we are on right now are First Nations people. Now, I never heard that when I was in the U.S. I never, that was never said. But
no,
here, I actually thought when they first saw that, I said, "This is filmed in Canada," and Blue's like, "Oh, maybe." And then it came up that it was Australia. And she goes, "Well, First Nations people." I was like, "Wow!" I never thought of it, but you're right about you're going to acknowledge the land that you filmed this on, but there's not a single Well, because
Aboriginal.
All right.
No.
Yeah.
It's probably that part. Those parts of Australia are probably pretty white. Probably very, very white.
Just like in the U.S.
Yeah.
Well,
when we talk about that kind of stuff,
that can answer that for us.
Leon.
Leon,
Leon, who is our
who liked the movie.
Yeah, and he's from Australia. So.
Yeah, and he liked it.
Yeah, so he enjoyed it.
And I liked it because I lived there too for 9 months.
Yeah. Oh, it's a law. Well, that's why they did it. It wasn't out of the kindness of their freaking hearts. It's a law, Leon says.
Oh, okay. All right.
All
right. Well, my opinion of the movie was I didn't like it.
That's the only.
I thought the script was weak, and pointless in parts, just pointless. The cinematography was good. Rural Australia is absolutely beautiful, obviously, especially when there's not during the drought, like Leon said earlier in the chat. So when it's green, it's beautiful. I'm sure when it's brown, it's not quite as nice. But well, I don't know what to add other than what we already have. This movie to me didn't cut the mustard. 15 minutes in, I knew I was not gonna like this movie, and I did not like this movie. I don't mind the women's agenda. That's fine. Women should have equal rights. The disparity in women's sports. They don't draw as many eyes as the guys.
We had that conversation, yeah.
And it's a business, and you got to draw more people. You really do if you want to get paid the same. Unfortunately, it is what it is. I don't know that's it is a gender thing because it's happening to the women over and over again. But I don't know how to stop it, and I don't know how to fix that. But
I think it also depends on the sport because I think the women's football or women's soccer or whatever you want to call it, that's the popularity grew over years. I know a lot of people watch the Women's World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
I watched it. I thought it was great. I thought the quality was great.
But you still look at for in the U.S. Well, and I say U.S. but in the U.S. the women were still fighting, trying to get equal pay, and even though, like you said, Andrew, the people are watching the women's soccer. I mean, in football, they're watching it, they're enjoying it, and it's like, wait a minute, a lot of people are watching it, but they're still making a fraction of what the men are. So, a few years they were still fighting
Even the England players had the women's England team. They had the similar issues where they weren't allowed to do any sponsorship deals outside of like the ones that the national team were signed up to do for the World Cup. Who is it that did that? I want to say it was I can't remember what kit maker made that kit, but they didn't release women's goalkeeper top for sale. You could only buy the normal shirt. You couldn't buy the keeper top. So there was a big thing about that. And our best player just happened for the whole tournament to be the goalkeeper. But it's just silly things like that. Whereas I guess the company just thought, no girls want to be goalkeepers or some daft reason like that. I don't know. But they do have to put up with silly stuff like that. But still, the men's soccer is good. Don't be silly, redneck.
I do have a little thing from Dave as well. He sent me a little synopsis to read. This is from Dave. It says, if you could take the drug Valium and make it into a film form, after 30 minutes, you really would want to nod off for this movie. I would say this movie is geared towards women, but I don't know any women who would enjoy this unless they were on some kind of mood-altering drug or maybe the third bottle of wine. I think you should have left this movie as a play and not tried to make a film out of it because it's an adaptation of an actual play, I guess. So
I can imagine the play being quite good, to be honest. I didn't find it boring. Just it just didn't see the need for it.
Yeah, me either.
So, what do you got? What do you guys think that the female MMA fighters are getting?
Well, it depends on how cute they are. The ones that are really cute make money. The ones that aren't,
I mean,
not so much.
To be fair, all MMA fighters aren't getting enough. So
right.
They're all underpaid.
Yeah,
but again,
they all are.
The point is that you don't have to be a cute guy to make the money that.
Right.
So there is, there's no argument about the disparity in money and who gets paid what. I think that it felt like this movie just tried to jump on the same bandwagon, and I don't mind the topic, but can you make it a good movie and hold my attention and make it believable? There was just too many parts in here. The Australian rednecks, I guess that was one of the funniest parts to me. I didn't know any Australian rednecks. I never knew that they existed. So now I do know that there is Australian rednecks, and that because that guy, I did want to punch him right in the mouth because he was such a dick.
Sack cutter?
Huh?
Sack cutter?
Yeah, it's like fuck. I just could. Other than that, I'm like, I didn't even know that those kind of people were in Australia, but I guess they are. They're all over. But yeah, I just didn't. I didn't see a need. It felt like maybe it was a band. I felt like it was bandwagon. They felt like you're jumping on the topic.
Yeah,
because it's a hot topic right now.
I don't think it was
a hot topic, but just make it a good movie. Just keep my attention.
I didn't think it was a topic. I just thought it was a different movie. Yeah, you know what I mean?
It's different.
Well, this is completely a movie with an agenda, though. I mean, you can't get around it because it's the premise of the movie.
Okay, I wasn't. I guess I wasn't looking at it that way.
I agreed. I agreed with the topic. The topic wasn't developed enough to make it the main topic of the movie. The movie was like, okay, like you said, a Hallmark movie. It's a Hallmark movie, but you're watching it, but you're waiting for something to happen, but nothing's happening. You know, there's no excitement to the movie.
There was nobody to care for in this movie. I didn't care about any of these people in this movie.
No,
you're right. Yeah, because do you care? Did you care about any of the characters?
No,
yeah.
Lou and I talk about that. That's a good point. Do you care about it?
I cared about the two original ladies who were,
the old ladies.
The old ladies. I cared about them because they've seen all of this happen.
But they accepted. You know what I mean? They
accepted.
So you didn't care about care about the sisters. The story was mainly focused on.
I did care about the sisters also because they were still all family and they've all run the race.
I didn't even care when the kid ate the weed. I was like, "Fuck that!"
I thought originally I like must have been flickering out. My attention must have been drawn to something else because I thought the dog had ate the weed at first.
No, it was a kid.
Then I was like, oh, it's just a kid.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's just a kid.
The sisters thing, I just didn't care about it because they didn't know They didn't know whether they wanted to if they were having a rift or if they were like being together. It was too all over the place.
Yeah.
And also the main woman, literally, I was thinking to myself the whole movie. She just smiled all the way through the movie. The whole movie, she was just happy until and then she got annoyed about the pay thing. But I'd never seen her the rest of it. She was just happy. It just didn't seem authentic and real.
I felt that since she grew up there and then left, she's doing the job that she always wanted to do, and now she was able to come back home and still be able to do that job. That means a lot.
Yeah, yes, giving back to the community. You're giving back.
She's giving back,
100%.
To the community of everyone that she knows.
But you can't. But I think But did you care about that character?
Yeah, I didn't care about that.
I did. Yeah, maybe it's because I do like Hallmark movies too. I'll watch anything, like you guys know.
No, stop right there. Stop right there. I'll watch anything.
You like every movie,
right? Well, no,
he finds good in all movies,
right? Because
he'll find a glass half full
into making it.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, but when you've got to look hard for the good bits of the movies, that's when you know it's not a good movie.
But I didn't have to look hard for it because right from the start, when she's leaving her home and going back to where she grew up, they had me there,
Yeah, but like how many movies? There's multiple movies like that. There's multiple movies like that.
Hallmark.
Why do you need another one?
Hallmark movies are the same.
Yeah, but this isn't a Hallmark movie. That's the thing. It's not a Hallmark
It'll
movie.
be on Hallmark. It'll be on Hallmark.
Well, it should be.
It will be.
It fits the mold.
Yeah, it does. It does fit that mold, and it will be there. It's just like how there's, with all those other love story movies, they're all the same. So that's why I didn't look at this movie as it's a men making more than women type thing, because all women movies are like that. All of them that are on Hallmark or Lifetime or whatever, that's what they're all about. Nothing happens with it, because they keep fighting. Yeah,
but you know what? I mean? You know what the difference is? I don't normally watch those movies.
Right, you guys don't normally watch them.
But also, I wasn't going into this movie expecting it to be watching like that, like a Hallmarky type of movie.
I had no expectation.
It doesn't seem like it's advertised like that.
Right.
I thought it was gonna be a sports movie.
There was sports.
It was.
There wasn't enough potato racing.
There wasn't enough racing. That's for a guy, we needed more action. We need more race. We need some more racing going on. Turn left. And they didn't even really show the race.
We need some more suspense during the race. It needs to be longer, and it needs to be like, somebody purposely tripped the other person up to win, and we need some corruption in the potato sack race. Yeah, and there was just a little slit in the sack where the woman was oblivious to running around with no potatoes on her back. She must have thought, "Oh God, I'm doing really well here. I can't even feel them now." Crap! I still lost.
Feels like nothing.
I'm so strong.
Oh man, I didn't even come third. Never mind.
She didn't even win. She should have blew past everybody. Not carrying a sack of taters.
Yeah. But the girl who did win, you remember when she came that time to train, she was pretty quick, and the other girl noticed it. She knew she was faster than her.
Yeah, I wanted Uterus girl to win. I wanted Uterus woman to win. I mean, she had just squeezed out a puppy, and I thought she deserved to win. Yeah, and she got special $300 underwear.
Yeah,
that shit ain't cheap. And so I'm like, let's hope she wins. And nope, she didn't win. But I guess she placed. Didn't she place?
I did like how they kept it about the women's one, and they didn't even show the men's one. They showed it in the
They never even showed.
And the kid who won, the kid who won was the one that ate the curry, and he ran really fast, like she said. Really fast.
And all right, so I didn't even bring that part up. What the hell was up with the stupid kid falling? And he fell and stumbled and tripped and spilled shit. And I'm like, and I told Blue, I said, "Oh, this is going to be at the end. He's going to spill something, and it's going to create. This is what's going to be the whole part of the movie is him spilling something. He didn't spill shit. He
I think it was meant to show that he was clumsy or something, because in the credits as well, when he was putting his medal up, he knocked over the trophies or something. But like that was like, what? We'll just hide this bit in at the end of the movie. Oh yeah, by the way, this kid's clumsy.
But you know what it is
now at the end, and also he had curry and he fell over, and there was no curry spilt on the floor. It was like, what did he have?
I think there was weed in that curry that he ate.
My thought is that he was related to someone that made this fucking movie, and so he got a part in this movie because he's a family member, and so they tried giving him some speaking lines, and he didn't do very well. So they said, "Ah, shit, what are we gonna do with you?" Well, you know what? We want you just to stumble around a lot in this movie. You ain't really got to talk. Just fumble around, drop shit, and then like, and hey, you're gonna be in the movie. You get a paycheck, and you're in the movie. You're in the credits, and I think that's.
Leon says it's inspired by a true story. That's what he said.
About the curry. About the curry.
Actually do potato races in Australia. That's interesting.
Also looked at Leon.
They do also they do all sorts of weird race stuff everywhere in the world, don't they? It's like, especially in America, crazy nutcases.
Yeah.
The true story.
Race beds or hospital bed races is big where I'm from.
Yeah.
Well, cornhole's getting real popular. Better watch that. That's a sport up and coming. Got to watch your cornhole.
I look forward to the movie.
Let's vote and put this puppy to bed.
Yeah. All right. So at this point, what we normally do is we'll say play or pass on this. So we're going to ask the people over in the side chat. We also have already done the Telegram chat or voting where people have been able to vote on Telegram. And we'll also ask, sorry, there's a bug flying around here. And then we'll also be able to, the panel will vote play or pass. Pass means you would not recommend this to one of your friends. Play means you would recommend this to one of the friends, somebody that you actually like. So we're going to run through everything. I'll go first since I normally go last. I'll go first. I will give this a big pass. This was a pass because I could not recommend this to any of my friends. No, thank you. We'll go to Alban because he's to the right here.
Yeah. I guess I'm gonna go with the play because I know a lot of women who watch a lot of Lifetime and Hallmark movies. So it's a play for me.
Okay, all right. Roger.
Pass for me and a pass for Dave.
Oh, that's a 2 passes. I didn't even pull up. I didn't even use Blue's vote. I have that in my pocket. If we get a vote, we get a tie. All right, Eddie, play or pass for Appleton Ladies Potato Race.
Okay, I'm going to dig a hole. I'm going to put pass in there.
Oh, we get a pass. Oh, Andrew, what do we got here? Play or pass for the Appleton Ladies Potato Race?
I feel technically like we all should be saying play because we do know someone that'll watch it, even though he's watched it a couple of times already.
Exactly.
But it's a pass. It's just not like I wouldn't recommend it. No, I wouldn't even recommend it to Auburn, even though you enjoyed it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Alban, what's our? So we've got right here. We got 4 passes and 1 play. Willa, she's got a play, pass on red. And what was our Telegram voting on this, brother man?
It was.
I don't know, red. I have no idea. Google that one. Sounds like an American thing, though.
Sounds like a Wisconsin thing.
I'm trying to find the. Oh, wrong one.
Sorry, wrong room.
Yeah. It is 73%. 73% pass. And 27% play.
I love it. Hey, shout out to Beach on that because we have not played a pass, and so this is the first time I've heard the pass.
The first time I saw that. I vote pass every week now just to see that again.
Oh God!
Did you notice when we spun the wheel on Streaming Matters?
Mm-hmm.
The amount of space that movie took on the wheel, it had to win. It had more space on that wheel than anything else.
Look at he pulled an instant replay. Eddie's done pulled an instant replay. He's went to the video. What do you guys call it? VAR. He went to VAR, pulled that thing, said there it had more space. Yeah. But all right. So how we do this show? So this is a player pass. We have voted this as a pass. So again, watch this at your own peril. Maybe if you're a Hallmark lover, hey, you might love this, but just don't expect no love story because there's no love story in this movie. Oh no, Willa! Look at Willa throwing out the woman card. Well, hey, I was asking. My bride sat with me the whole time during this movie, and she was shaking her head like, "Why are we even watching this?"
And even my partner, she didn't want to watch it.
Why are we even? I mean, we're watching it, and she's just like cringing. There was lots of parts. She's like, this is just not even. So yeah, I think we could pick if you want to pick a women in power movie, and there's so many better, more well-made movies. This one just wasn't.
$1 million baby.
So
it's still a movie of. It's a real movie, not a Marvel, type thing that we have.
This is a better one. What's that one? I actually haven't watched it, but what's that one that came out a few years ago? It was about the women that worked in NASA.
Yeah.
Hidden Figures.
Great movie. Great movie.
I recommend that one.
3 times in that movie.
Yeah, I mean that was again. There's nothing about the subject matter the subject matter is not the problem.
No.
The content,
execution.
Execution was not there. I've got other women power movies that I can say, I can get behind that movie, but this one might want to redo a little things.
A League of Their Own, love it.
Another great movie. Yeah. And so, hold on. Leon says his wife gave it a 7 out of 10.
Women are free to come on here and express their opinions.
100%. You're correct, Andrew. Anyone, women, anybody can come on here. If you've watched the movie, can give your opinion. And again, there's no right or wrong. Each of us have our own opinion. And Alban loves movies, and that's fine. I mean,
Todd, when we first started this, we had Blue.
Yeah.
And Claire, and they were the most opinionated and toughest critics on the whole thing.
Yeah, you're right.
They were the hardest people to please.
Yeah, you're right. They were very difficult to please.
So we switched them out and we got Auburn in, who likes everything.
And Eddie, who likes anything that's got music in it.
Right.
All it's got to do is have a couple songs in there that he's like, whoop, I like this movie. That movie gets a play.
Then you've got you, me, and Roger like creating it in the middle, and then we just got Beach to settle it out because he hates everything.
Yeah, he does. He hates everything.
Yeah.
He is Statler and Waldorf all rolled into one.
All right, so that's this part of the. We've got about another 15 minutes before I've got to run out of here. But we're going to go ahead. This is actually the segment of the show that we toss it out there for you guys to give us suggestions or give your suggestions to content, movies, TV shows that you would like to suggest to people, as well as the panel can say and mention, hey, I've watched this movie. I've watched this TV show. So this is the kind of part where we just spitball about things that you may want to check out that we personally have been checking out. So Andrew, we'll give you never get to go first. So what's some TV shows or movies that you might toss out there and say, hey, I've been watching, it's good.
I'm sorry, but I actually haven't been watching much. I haven't. I've still got to watch the rest of Dead City. I know that Daryl Dixon one's out now. I was going to watch that. But,
and that's kind of don't get excited on that one because it's slow.
I'll tell you. Well, to be honest with you, what I have been watching, and it's a bit of a touchy subject because it's like something that it's like in the memory recently. It's because it was popping up. I watch it a lot of YouTube and just because it's that time of year, there was a lot of like 9/11 stuff popped up on YouTube. So I've been watching that. There's a documentary I think came out in 2018. It's on Netflix. I've been watching that, but it's like more politicky. It's not like mostly to do with like the war in Afghanistan and Iraq. But I like documentary type stuff. But so if anyone's got really any good documentary things they want to recommend, I'll happily jump on them because I've kind of been not watching much TV shows lately and been watching a lot more documentary type stuff. I just find it, I like to learn new things.
Or what kind of documentary? Crime or
I do like a lot of crime, but I do like do you know there's like light-hearted stuff like the stuff I've mentioned in the past, like the Pez Outlaw and about the guy with the Pez dispensers, and there's
okay.
There's the one Pepsi Where's My Jet about the kid.
I just watched that one. Finally,
I gotta finish that.
I like those kind of things. There's also that one I watched. And there's a movie coming out about it. Actually, it's about the one with GameStop where everyone was buying all the shares, and that was really good. I'm a bit worried about the movie though. I think it might ruin. It might be a bit too much Hollywood. I've seen the trailer for it, so it doesn't look like. But I enjoyed the documentary. I like interesting documentaries like that where I can learn something new.
I watched a 3-part documentary made. It was a HBO deal called Telemarketers, which I don't know that it would relate to you much, Andrew. But it's really nuts and bolts of how some scummy shit went down for telemarketing here in America.
Yeah.
I'll have a look.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it if it's going on there also.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
They did get away with it.
Yeah,
because it's funny because I've been watching like one of those like true crime I can't remember the name of the show. Hold on. Caught on Camera. It was one from the UK, and over there, sure we know that the police don't even carry guns or anything, but there's cameras everywhere there in the UK, and it's like they know that these people know that they're caught on camera, and they'll call the police department the next day. Okay, that was me, and they give themselves up. I just don't get it.
I watched there's a docu-series on Netflix as well called Untold, and it's just about different. I watched there was a basketball one I watched. I can't remember the team's name now, but it was the one with the fighting with the fans.
Oh,
was it the song?
There was an actual brawl in the stands.
Yeah, it was a brawl. It was like a fan had threw something at this player, and then he jumped in. And he hit a different fan, and then there's a massive brawl.
Right. Yeah,
I think the stadium.
What team it was.
Yeah, I can't remember now either.
I'm not a basketball guy, so. But I do remember when it happened.
Yeah, and there was a couple of there was that NFL one about that guy, that NFL player that got catfished. But yeah, I like any documentary series. I'm not right. I've got I don't really have any preferences.
Hey, let me tell you what documentary you need to get into. Skinwalker Ranch.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Because if you watch Skinwalker, and this goes, we'll touch with Skinwalker Ranch. I wasn't much. I watched early parts of Skinwalker Ranch, and then I felt like it was that one where Search on Oak Island. I felt like it was kind of like one of those things where they're constantly finding nothing. Mm-hmm. So I quit watching it. But then my aunt got me to watch a couple episodes of Skinwalker when I was down there in the States, and I was like, "Ooh, there's some interesting stuff." And then the U.S. had the Congress, or they had the Senate meetings or Senate hearings about some of this UAP stuff. Then the Mexican government releases some of that information this week.
Yeah, that was Jaime Maussan. He's been in the UFO community for a long time, and about 2 or 3 years ago, he had some other bodies, alien body. It was a singular at the time, but it turned out to be a kid, a human kid.
Wow.
So,
well, but the whole Mexican government is now saying they found something, and they found it, and they've done testing on it.
And it has
so
eggs
Skinwalker Ranch. If you like a documentary, and it's based on, they're doing some studies and stuff. That's interesting to me. If
there's something crazy going on there, something weird is going on.
Something's going on. I mean, is or not aliens, but there's something weird. Something weird. So I will. You guys talked about it numerous times, and I fell short and finally jumped into Bear. And I enjoy that. That really show is pretty good. The second season got a little draggy, dragged a little bit.
I agree.
They answer questions
much better.
Yeah, but yeah, you had said that it gets better. So we just haven't finished the second season. But Bear is a season, a show that we did enjoy, and we're in the midst of Ahsoka. And Blue told me she watched the last 2 episodes because I saw the first 2. A little draggy to me on Ahsoka, but she says it does get better.
It's got some good stuff in it.
I gotta say, because I normally don't get around to watching the Star Wars stuff, but I checked out that Ahsoka, and it got me hooked at the first episode, first 2 episodes. I did like, and I'm like, oh, this is like a mini movie. You know, I when I saw all that they put into it, so I might keep up with it.
Rip Ray Stevenson, he's freaking awesome, and it sucks that he died.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Well, and I have to bow to Blue when we go to the Star Wars canon. I mean,
just every day.
I don't. Yeah. Because I don't know that content, and I mean Roger's the same. Roger knows this type of content, and you know what I mean, where they followed all of the Rebels and the clones and this.
Yeah,
and
this is like season 5 of Rebels,
and she's like, she always loved Ahsoka, and I've seen Ahsoka when she was dropping the Rebels, and she's like, they just haven't quite captured the true essence of Ahsoka in the Rebels series. She's like, they're still not hitting.
They're getting it. They're getting there. They're moving that way. I feel.
Okay.
But, I think Rosario is doing as good a job as anybody on the planet could do in that role. Really, I don't know who could do it better.
She was in Infinity War.
Yeah.
If anybody's in for a good laugh, Mrs. Brown's Boys is back on season 4.
Oh. Not for me. Not for me. That.
What was the name of that movie that I watched here recently that I kind of giggled quite a bit in? It's the new Jennifer Lawrence one.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. I'm sorry. What the hell is the name?
No,
of it?
No,
Crush.
that's not.
It's not personal.
It's not personal.
No hard
feelings.
No hard feelings. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was something along the lines of that.
Yeah, you're right.
Have you guys watched it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, I liked
Blue has not seen it yet. I did watch it.
I had some laughs in it.
There was enough laughs in it, but I also was kind of like,
the third act.
She's kind of whoring herself out, and I'm like, is that reality? Do
yes,
women
it is.
do that? No, I'm not making light of this.
It's the oldest profession. It's the oldest profession.
But I was very confused on, do people really hoe themselves out in that and say,
they do.
Yeah, I'm willing to screw that guy to get that.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
You need to watch more Hallmark movies. Okay? Listen, another one that's to watch is that Joyride. You have to check out.
I haven't watched it yet. I will. I put it on my watch list, and I am gonna watch it. But it's Big Brother season, and I'm
I know.
Time to do anything.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Blue did say, she says, she only had one name to say. She says Anna Nicole Smith. She goes, anytime you see a damn 20-year-old screwing an 80-year-old, they're doing it for the money.
Yeah.
But this girl's doing it, and I mean, so I'm gonna
same concept. Same concept.
Yeah.
More power to them.
So I had a question on you guys because I'm not looking at the side chat. Strays. Has any of you guys watched Strays? I heard that it's pretty funny.
I heard it was really funny.
It's
I
on my
didn't get to
watch
watch
list.
it yet. It's on mine also.
Okay.
You know what? Maybe I might put that on tonight in big screen.
I heard people tell me it's funny. Two people have said great, funny movie, and you need to watch it.
And one of them was The Beach, who told me.
Oh, did he say it?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I don't have to be high?
No, I don't think so. I had pretty much swore off watching trailers, and my kid talked me into watching the Strays trailer, and it's freaking hilarious. The trailer is hilarious. Hopefully, there's more in the movie than just than what's in the trailer. There's a bunch of famous voices in it.
Yeah.
It's Will Ferrell is in it, isn't he?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. It makes anything funny. Jamie Foxx.
Will Forte. A bunch of funny
Randall
people.
Park. Yeah, there's a lot of funny people in that. So, that is on our list to watch. And I don't know. Have any of you guys watched Talk to Me?
No.
Scary movie.
Yeah.
I watched the trailer and I'm like, looks actually kind of creepy. I might watch it. I mean,
I'll tell you what I might watch, and I might actually watch that Exorcist 2 movie.
Oh yeah, definitely gonna watch that.
No, that's not out though.
Actually, I know when it comes out, it looks decent.
Yeah, it does.
I did watch Boogeyman. A little bit of a different twist on Boogeyman. I'd give it like a 5 out of 10. And with horror movies, it always gets a low rating for those. So 5 out of 10, a little bit of a different twist on the Boogeyman situation. So, and I also, anybody watched this movie? I watched the trailer on this. It actually looks. Ben Kingsley's in it.
Yeah,
Ben Kingsley.
I grabbed
that one.
My Plex grabbed it the other day. I just haven't watched it yet.
What was the name of it again?
Jules.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
he normally doesn't do shitty movies. He's usually pretty on point, but it looks very corny. If you watch the trailer, the alien and this and that, the alien basically lands in his backyard. It looks corny, but it's almost like, is it supposed to be corny? And we were talking, and Blue's like, wow, Ben Kingsley? So the script, he usually is pretty on point on his content, the movies that he's in. So I don't know. I was just wondering if anybody had watched this. So this is on my list too, that at some point I will watch this.
You look up Joyride there.
Yep. Hold on. Yeah, that was. It just got pushed to the back a little bit. Let's see. No, it's this one.
No, the other one.
Yeah, it's not this one. It's this one.
That is a good one, though.
Yeah.
I don't think it's called Joyride in the UK. I think it's called something else.
Yeah.
That movie.
This one here?
Okay.
No, the other one.
Oh, yeah. So has anybody, you guys, Alvin, or anybody watched? You watched it?
I'm laughing just looking at that picture there. You know what I mean? It was. Oh my God.
Auburn had me put it on my watch list. What, 2 or 3 weeks ago, Auburn? I haven't got to it yet, but I will. I will watch it.
Yeah. It's funny. Really pretty funny. They did things in there that I never thought, they could get away with. And it really, really shocked me.
What is that Lord of the Rings thing?
It's just
The new Lord of the Rings. There's another one coming out.
There was something new there for a second.
There is something new coming out.
Yeah, because that what happens with trending. People will watch this stuff to kind of prep themselves for a new movie coming out. That's
that. I'm not. I don't think I'll be watching that Turtles, the new Turtles animated, even though it looks okay.
The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle one.
It actually made me want to watch the original movies from. Like, there's been a lot of comparison to like the way the Turtles look to where they used to look in the 80s.
Yeah. I'm not sure I like how they look there.
Well, but I don't think
it's a bit too comic booky. I actually like the style of the movie. It's kind of like with the way it's kind of like the Spider-Man, the Miles Morales one.
Oh,
kind of like comic booky style.
Oh, I thought it was like live action looking stuff. I thought that's what it was supposed to be because I haven't watched it. Because surprisingly enough, Blue's the new one. I actually suggested this a couple times because we'll sit up in early in the morning or we get like, hey, you want to watch that? She goes, no.
I'll watch the first original Turtles movie anytime.
What's this one here? This Lord of the Rings. You guys know what that one is? Can you search for this one, Todd?
What one?
The War of the
Rings?
Yeah.
Where
April 2024. No, April 12th.
Got to do with
War of the what?
ROHIRRIM.
War of the Rim.
Does not compute.
All right, let's just go Lord of the Rings. You said Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, Lord of the Rings. The War of the Rim.
This one.
That one, yeah.
Oh, that's a next year movie.
Yeah, that's it. So I said April 20.
Oh, okay.
April 2024.
What's the synopsis on that? Is the one?
Okay,
see,
so
I'll have to leave.
It's gotta be from like the
You have to ask
Similarian.
the expert.
Yeah.
You'll have to ask the expert.
Yeah, we got Roger and I got Blue. I have to ask both of them because I have no idea. I've never read it.
It's got to be a chapter of the Similarian. Before the.
I think they need to leave Lord of the Rings be.
It's just so much IP that's worth so much. They just.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, let's we got because it's 7:04. I got to run out of here.
Yeah, you gotta get out.
Auburn, you want us to close the show, or do you want to keep it going?
We could close it. We could close it. I just wanted to say for tomorrow there's a
UFC. It's
UFC fight
Valentina Shevchenko versus
Alexa Grasso. Yeah. 10 o'clock is the main card, and the prelims start at 7 p.m. We'll be in big screen like usual, and get an Oculus.
Yeah,
100%.
And now this weekend, DeBeach will not be doing the NCAA and the NFL football like he's been doing last weekend. But once he gets back home, if you have an Oculus, you can jump in big screen, and he'll have multiple games going on. It's like I said, better. It's like being at a sports bar and being able to watch any game you want, and the guy he's got it all going on, and you can watch it. So. But it will not be this weekend, and I don't think next week. Next weekend, because I think
he'll be in West Virginia.
2 weeks. He's gonna be gone. So, but yeah, definitely NFL going on. This going on. Andrew, we got you got Premier League going on this weekend. You got what? Newcastle's playing.
Newcastle's playing Brentford on Sky Sports. Don't know where it's on in America. I don't know. Well, probably on the. It'll be on.
You're a Newcastle fan, aren't you, Andrew?
Yes. Well, actually, good now. It's good. It's great. We're good now.
He's smiling. Remember, years ago, he didn't smile when he talked about
it. Sometimes you just. Get to go through the struggles, don't you, to get there?
Yeah,
Now,
we've all been there.
Is it
You
like
can make a movie out of it.
like in America, you can't change teams. Once you're a Newcastle fan, you are a Newcastle fan.
Yeah. Although I am changing me American teams, I'm not. I've changed from the Cowboys. I'm not the Cowboys anymore.
All right. What are you going for?
No, I'm the Bills.
Oh, the Bills, great team, great team. And again, I give props to the Bills. The Bills built the team the correct way. I mean,
when they say the Bills, you know what I think of? Thurman Thomas crying on the sidelines.
Yeah, he needs to watch that 4 years in a row.
Yeah.
He needs to watch that and find out how the Bills fans their hearts were broken, and maybe that
destroyed.
is true to Newcastle fan. You know, where you had your hopes up and they were crushed every year at the end.
Yeah, we had that. We just had that last season. We had our first cup final in like 20 odd years, and we lost.
Yeah, it's
yeah, I can sympathise. We haven't won a trophy for 60 odd years, so you know.
Yeah, but again, Bills. I give props out to the Bills because I felt like the Bills, they sucked for a long time, and they built the team the right way. They used the draft, and they built the core, and they didn't do like the Buccaneers. You just buy a team. You know, you spend a bunch of money and you build a bunch of superstars on your team and you win. The Bills did it, built from the ground up. So props to them. So all right, so hey, let's run out of here. Eddie, anything you want to say before we go out of here?
Since I'm high speed now, who's low speed on
on the panel? You're still the low.
You're still the low speed, yeah.
Okay.
Eddie just moved up. He just moved up to 100 meg from 10.
Welcome to 1994, Eddie.
No. My kids told me, it says, Dad, now is 2023.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So Andrew, anything you want to say before we go? Any last comment?
No, just thanks for tuning in, and see you all in 2 weeks' time.
100%. Roger.
No, nothing today. and Beach says nothing as well.
Well, that doesn't sound like Beach.
I know.
Yeah.
Beach would have been saying this show went fucking 20 minutes too long. All right, so Alvin.
Thanks to everyone coming out. Hope to see you in big screen later on tonight. I'll post in the Oculus room. All right. Have a good weekend, everyone.
Again, thanks to all the people that joined the panel and the side chat. You guys all hang with us every week, and it's always great to have the people that are willing to hang with us, and it's awesome. If you're check the links down below, we have our links to our Telegram groups, which almost every person over on the side chat all are in in any of our Telegram groups. If you have an Oculus, it is fun to watch movies or sports with other people. It's just so much better. So join it, hang with us. And I can't say thank you enough again to the panel that come and hang out with us or hang out with me every week. I'm honored to have the friends I have, and I just want to say thank you to everyone on the panel because
somebody kick Angry Mackerel.
Yeah, Angry Mackerel.
Well, we're closing the show.
We're closing now.
And big thanks to Andrew, who's been my friend forever and a day. So he's put up with me. So hey, you guys, I will see you on the next one. So we'll see you next week. So hey, everyone, have a good one.